Man, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of EOS. It's 10 out of Jake, man. I'm rocking with Charlie, y'all rocking with me. And for this video, we're going to be speaking on Atlanta rapper Rallo and how he allegedly has continued to sell drugs from behind bars after being charged with $1 million marijuana bust. Terrell Davis, also known as Ralo, the Atlanta rapper who blew up quick signing the Gucci Mane's 1017 records, and shocked many seeing how he literally owned an entire apartment complex, providing housing for all of his own people who stayed readily armed to defend their property, operating much like an armed fortress in West Atlanta, aka Zone 4, aka the Hood. Ralo took pride in it and questioned who else can live as comfortable as he lives, exotic cars and all in the hood, and still feel safe. And he was right. Nobody was doing what he was doing, and he wouldn't even fall victim to the streets, but to the feds. A federal complaint said he traveled to California twice to retrieve 964 pounds of marijuana worth nearly $2 million with the intentions of selling it in Atlanta. Ralo and roughly 10 people boarded a chartered jet at an Atlanta airport, flying to Sacramento, California, and returning 4 days later with federal and local surveillance teams, saw Ralo and other passengers transfer 37 packages wrapped in white holiday paper from the jet to a van registered to one of Ralo's addresses. An employee of the jet offered to help unload, but the passengers declined. Shortly after the van was loaded, Georgia State Patrol arrested 3 men wearing Ralo Famgoon clothing inside of the vehicle, recovering 520 pounds of marijuana worth $1 million. A day after those arrests, Ralo posted a picture by a pool to Instagram with the caption, "I've lost more than a man has gained in a lifetime. Have you ever lost $1 million at one time?" 4 months after, Ralo and 8 others made another trip, returning with 17 packages containing 444 pounds worth $880,000. Ralo was arrested after initially refusing to exit the plane and charged with possession of marijuana with intent to distribute. At only 23 years old, the feds made their move on taking down Ralo's enterprise.
The FBI, Homeland Security, Atlanta Police surrounded this brick apartment complex on Lucille Avenue in southwest Atlanta. Fox 5 has learned the complex belongs to Terrell Davis, also known as Ralo, an Atlanta rapper. On social media, Ralo talks about going to prison for dealing drugs when he was younger. In 2016, Fox 5 talked to Ralo after a video of him surfaced throwing tens of thousands of dollars at homeless people.
A full-on heavily armed raid took place at his 20-unit apartment complex, plus 5 other properties. 9 vehicles, including a Lamborghini, a Corvette, and 2 Dodge Chargers were forfeited, as well as money from various sources and 2 guns. Undercovers had previously bought both drugs and guns from the apartment complex. Ralo stood accused of being the leader of a gang named Famerica, which was nothing more than his own record label. Now Ralo is making headlines again, and according to a court order, Ralo's hustle never stopped behind bars. After being granted bond in July, a federal court order claims Ralo is still dealing drugs from behind bars, now revoking his bond. Prosecutors believe Ralo has been using code words to put deals in motion, and court records show he was caught with an Apple Watch in his cell in 2019. Prosecutors presented handwritten notes from the mother of Ralo's children's purse, warning her to save up every single dollar she receives from grandma, and keep count of all the kids at dad's house and grandma's house so you can know how much you got at all times. Another set of documents allegedly had prices for ounces of food and a reminder that every ounce is 28 grams. The judge's order then said those documents demonstrate defendant Davis's efforts to continue distributing narcotics after his arrest in this case. There simply can be no other conclusion from his efforts to establish pricing and distribution for 8 balls and grams, his instructions against the use of shake, and his warning to be wary of law enforcement listening. Now at 25 years old, it doesn't look like Ralo will be coming home anytime soon, and the feds are building an even stronger case against him, which could possibly bring down more of those around him found to be participating, such as the mother of his children. Not only that, but this is the same man that went on Vlad TV saying he'd made $12 million off the drug game, only being left with $3 million after he left the game behind. Now, in my humble opinion, goddamn, bro, like anybody could break down those fucking codes. It's not hieroglyphics. I mean, it couldn't be any more obvious if what they're saying is true and they have the documents recovered. Now, Ralo was really living like an alleged drug lord if what they say is true. If he was really doing this and that, he was doing the damn thing. And you gotta understand, he's only 25 years old now, which means he's been doing this since he was young. And regardless of the hustle, you gotta respect somebody that's that young, that can build up a net worth of that much, where allegedly they've made over $12 million. But if you're dealing in drugs, I don't know if you should be saying that. Saying you've made $12 million alone off of drugs and having millions of dollars is enough to have the feds start watching you. And as everything starts to fall apart, people start to get hit with sentences, people start to get hit with indictments. It makes sense that the closest person to him, which would be the mother of his children, would be the one that he's communicating with. But the downside to that is she could be potentially facing charges, or the feds could pull a maneuver and try to put something against her to make her go against him. And they'll probably do something like, look, we're going to take away your kids, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, trying to force her to snitch. It turns into an ugly mess, and at that point, you have to consider before you even make the decision, is it worth bringing my children's mother into this lifestyle? But that's to say if she wasn't already involved, and we don't even know that. Now, me personally, if I had the feds on my trail, I would stop doing everything. But he may be in a position where he needs to make money to fight his case. I'm not sure. If you think about it, it's like, is it worth me doing more of what got me the case to fight my case? I wouldn't do it, but I can't speak for him. I don't know what's going through his mind. At the end of the day, you can be smart, you can be young, and you can still be immature. You can feel invincible behind bars, getting away with things until it comes back down on you. I don't really see this working out that great. The fact that the feds are so proactive in this case means that he must be doing something right, but that doesn't mean the outcome is gonna go the way he wants it to go. And with that being said, I'll keep y'all updated. I say this in a lot of videos, and a lot of people are like, yo, where are the updates at? You gotta understand, for murder cases, these things can go 3 years. You might not hear anything really relevant for another year and a half. You know what I mean? With his case, he's been down since 2018. We'll just have to see how it plays out. But hey, it's 1090 J. I'm rocking with Charlie. Y'all rocking with me. Till next time.